you do sometimes feel like you're at a crossroads.
Right.
Can you keep growing? Can you keep juggling everything? Can you keep managing everything? You know, the thing, honestly, that I'm just thankful for is that it was Ashley Johnson and not the big hedge fund, the big conglomerate. And you got good people around you, smart people around you. You kind of look better. You kind of feel like you look better. I mean, you feel like you're more intelligent because you know that if you don't know the answer to something, you've got somebody to make that phone call to.
Yeah.
And guide you in the right direction.
Welcome back to the Southern Executive Experience. We have a special episode today. It's our first Ashley's Employee Spotlight. And with us today, we have Keith Herrin from our Brunswick branch and Ashley's Business Solutions. And Keith, I just want to welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Give you a second to introduce yourself and maybe just say who you are and what you do for the company.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're the first one that said yes.
No, as far as what I do for Ashley's Business Solutions, I'm one of the lease coordinators or admin folks that take when sales reps go and get deals, we go and try to get the leasing lined up and make sure all the paperwork's got all the T's crossed and I's dotted.
Make sure everything's done behind the scenes
sure.
And make us look good. And I know from a sales point of view, we couldn't do much without y'all.
Well, that goes both ways. It takes both.
That's right. That's right. Well, and one of the reasons why I'm glad I had you on first is that you actually have a unique perspective when it comes to working at Ashley's.
Right.
You're kind of like me. You grew up in the business from a different perspective. Your father started Herrin Office Products.
Ron Herrin Copiers.
Ron Herrin Copiers. And what year was that?
1982.
Year I was born, 1982. Nice.
42 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
42. Real quick, can you talk a little bit about what you did and kind of back then for him and kind of, summarize that whole experience for you?
All right. I'm going to try not to ramble too much, but I got my start in 1986, which is 38 years ago.
Yep.
I'm telling on my age right here. Got my start in 86, and I was I basically cleaned up the warehouse, did deliveries, took the trash off. Back then, we didn't even have, a waste management company with a dumpster. We literally had to take the trash off. So I joke with folks back in the beginning, I was the original GF, which was, General Flunky. And I pretty much started, doing that, then gradually kind of worked my way to doing other things, into kind of the sales side of things, bookkeeping side of things. When you're a small business, you do a little bit of everything.
You got to wear a lot of hats.
Wear a lot of different hats. And it gradually pretty much kind of evolved into being more involved as the years went on. And my dad kind of pulled back in 2002. Is when he kind of pulled back, still involved, but more so behind the scenes.
Right.
I was pretty much the, director of operations, so to speak.
Right.
Did most everything, but like I said, my dad was still involved in 2002. And it was just rinse and repeat from 2002 to until February 7th, 2018, when we merged with Ashley's Business Solutions.
Yeah, and it was, I tell you, it seems like it was yesterday.
It does.
It's been, 6-7 years now?
Almost 8.
6.5. Yeah,
over
6.5 years, and it's changed everything over here in this market for us, and bringing on your team and everything. And can you speak a little bit to why you chose to merge with Ashley's? I mean, there's a lot of different companies out there. I mean, we all know of the big corporate conglomerates, all the big hedge funds that are out there buying people up. Why did you choose to partner with Ashley's Business Solutions?
I'm glad you asked me that. Yeah. It all started for me in, oddly enough, I met Ashley in February of 2013 at the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas. That's where I met him, at a Canon dealer meeting.
Right.
I'd always heard of Ashley. Never knew who he was. Never met him. So I met him then, and we, exchanged cards like a lot of business owners would do, and just say, hey, we can ever help in any way, or if we can ever, you're ever in the area, stop by, we'll have lunch. That's kind of the way we left it.
Right.
And about a year after that, I got a call from your dad. I got a call from Ashley Johnson. And
It's okay. You can call him my dad.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
But I got a call from Ashley.
Yep.
And said, "You want to meet for lunch?" And sure. He said, "I'm going to be over your way." We met for lunch, and that was the first. He kind of floated by me what he had in mind
Right.
during that time frame. I'm going to just say mid 2014-ish. Kind of caught me off guard a little bit, just to be honest with you, because nothing was wrong with it, but that was at that moment in time, that was the furthest thing from my mind.
Right.
This is between 2014 and February 7th of 18.
Right.
Met for lunch 3 different times, met for breakfast one time. I actually went to Ashley's office back in the beginning on Newcastle Street and
Right.
met with him. He come here
Yep.
after hours one day. We met. So, but the kind of what I want to allude to is the whole time what this gave me the opportunity to do was see what kind of person Ashley was. I was able to get more, feel like for lack of better words, I kind of got to know him better.
Yeah.
Even though we hadn't done a deal, I felt like I knew him a whole lot better as time moved on there.
Right.
And I could really see myself working for Ashley. I felt like he would be very fair to me.
And you didn't want to get out of the business.
No. I mean, I was still, I'm like to think I was still a relatively young guy.
Yeah.
And wasn't interested in getting out of the business, so to speak. But you do sometimes feel like you're at a crossroads.
Right.
Can you keep growing? Can you keep juggling everything? Can you keep managing everything? The thing, honestly, that I'm just thankful for is that it was Ashley Johnson and not the big hedge fund, the big conglomerate, because it really could have went the wrong way.
Right.
And it could have been a tough, very tough thing.
Well, I know that Ashley, I know y'all had talked about it for a long time, and I just think it was a real good fit for both sides.
It was.
You had already built such a great name here in town. Y'all had been here for 30 years or so, and I think just adding in the little pieces that we
Right.
had,
Right.
some of the infrastructure,
For sure.
a little bit of the expertise on some of the more IT related things
Absolutely.
with the cloud and all this stuff that we really specialize in. I think it's helped. Kind of those two things combined, I mean, we have been able to really grow this market in the past 6 years.
For sure.
I think not only we've maintained where you were, we've been pushing past that really.
For sure.
The past, especially the past 2 or 3 years, people are really coming along. What is the biggest difference in your mind from just your normal, independent small town dealer than it is to more of a regional dealer like Ashley's is, And I got one other question about that I want to come back to. But
Okay.
yeah, what do you think the difference is between the average copier dealer, the up and down the street, and then more of an Ashley's is?
Yeah. You said a key word, infrastructure that was in place. You don't have to wear all the hats at
Right.
one time.
Right.
You can, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. But you got, when you got good people around you, smart people around you, you kind of look better. You kind of feel like you look better. I mean, you feel like you're more intelligent because you know that if you don't know the answer to something, you've got somebody to make that phone call to,
Yeah.
and help you, guide you in the right direction.
And that's the biggest thing that I think that we bring to the table, and I say we, the company brings to the table, is that experience.
Right.
From the 30-plus service technicians, from the management staff, the IT directors, these guys and women are the they're experts, and we're in rural Georgia, but we have a very, very unique group of people.
Right.
And that truly is what makes the difference.
Yeah. No, it does. I mean, it's been the infrastructure having, you don't have to burden everything. You've got a lot of good key people in important positions in the company that's been with Ashley's Business Solutions for a lot of years. They bring a lot of expertise, a lot of knowledge, and it's just the ability to make that call, lean on them, and get them involved is huge. When you're a small 7-8 employee operation, it's tougher. You don't
Right.
you don't have all that in place, to help you
The
cross over
redundancies.
that.
Yeah. All right. Well, not too long ago, I know you decided to step away and to retire on us. I guess we joked around. You had toner in your blood because you couldn't stay away long.
It was short lived.
It was, yeah. So did you enjoy retirement?
Honest answer,
Yep.
not really. No, and it was brief. It was it was about 4 months, give or take. Although I never really felt like I retired per se, because I stay in touch with you. I mean, we text, talked on the phone quite a bit.
That's right.
Same thing with Ashley. He and I talked quite a bit, text quite a bit over that 4 month span also. But there were some personal things going on with my father and health and so forth that
That's
I just kind of felt like I wanted to / maybe needed to pull back a little bit, and didn't take long to get bored.
That's
just
right.
being honest.
Yeah.
But you said the key thing. I mean, there was a lot of toner in my blood that still hasn't been washed out yet. So
That's right.
it was short lived.
When you grow up in it like us, it's hard to do anything else.
It is. It is. That's all you know. So I joke with folks, sometimes when they say, "What time? When did you get involved with the business?" And I have to ask them, "You talking about for pay?"
Yeah.
As you probably
absolutely,
understand.
yeah.
Because for pay, it was 1986, but when all the other kids were going, spring break, going to the beach, going and having a good time, I was having to go help lug copiers around and clean out the warehouse, and
break down boxes,
and all that good stuff. And but anyway, that's always my joke.
It was a really good day when Ashley decided to get out of the office supply business and no more carrying paper around. That was a good day.
I can only imagine.
And last question. I think one of the biggest misconceptions with how we're set up as a company, especially in a newer market, even though it's been 6 years, is the feel of corporate. Do you feel like Ashley's is a corporate ran company?
No,
Right.
I've never felt that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never worked for a corporate company, but
Right.
I envision a corporate company as someone that you'd have a hard time getting a hold of the person in charge.
That's right.
And as anyone that works with Ashley knows, that's not the case. Ashley's a phone call away, and if you don't want a decision to be made, don't give Ashley a call, because he will. He's going to hear you, listen to you, what you've got to say, and make a decision. And a big corporate world, you couldn't do that.
I couldn't agree more. Keith, thank you so much for coming on today. It means a lot. I think, sharing your perspective about how you did things before and how we do things now, and the pros and cons there it means a lot. Thank you so much. And
Sure.
we'll hopefully do this again sometime.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's all we do, man.
Okay.
It's all there is. I think that was perfect.